2025 season resumes this weekend in Imola, in Italy, for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. McLaren's Oscar Piastri 16 points clear of teammate Lando Norris after 6 races. Meanwhile, there's a change of foot at Alpine as Franco Colapinto replaces Jack Doohan. The former F1 driver Johnny Herbert is ambassador for Lola Cars, who races part of the Lola Yamaha Abti team in the Formula E World Championship. And he joins us now live from the pit lane in Tokyo. Hi, Johnny.
How you doing, Johnny?
How you doing? How are you?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Good to see you.
The first thing that Ray said to me when we were teeing up the link to you was, he's a Romford boy, you know. He's a Romford boy.
Yeah, yes, we are. Yeah. Hey, we're the tough ones.
Don't know about that, Johnny, but
well, we tried to be.
On to Formula One in just a second, but Formula E first of all. How is the season going for Lola Cars?
Yeah, it's good. It's one of those things. It's the first season that Lola Yamaha Abt have been in Formula E, and there were a few teething problems earlier on in the season, but they have now been sorted out, and now it's all about progressing the performance of the cars. So it's exciting times because Lola's got a fantastic name in motorsport for many, many years, in sports cars, the Le Mans movie as well, and of course it's now doing Formula E. So yeah, hopefully the results will start coming soon. Luca Di Grassi a couple of races ago did get a second place, so things are looking bright.
Yeah, just want to ask you about the Formula One, John, in Italy this weekend. I mean, do you think that Lando Norris' chance of the championship is fading because his teammate Oscar's doing so well?
It's one of those things you've got to say, you know, Lando has to probably up his game a little bit more. The mistakes that have probably crept in a little bit too often compared to Oscar, who seems to be on a very good run at the present time, is something he's going to learn from. He's going to have to then implement all what he's learning from seeing what he's had racing with Max Verstappen, for example, seeing what's happening with his teammate as well. Is he out of the running? No, he's not. Is he fast enough? Absolutely. So it's just really him being able to dig deep, getting all the performance he can out of the car and all the energy actually out of the team as well, and try and use that when he gets in the cockpit of the car. He is far from over this championship, but it looks as if it's definitely going to be a battle between Lando and Oscar.
What sort of track is this one, the Italian?
A tricky one. There's some fast straights, but then there's quite a few tricky chicanes. So you can use the curbs quite a lot. So you do need a car that can actually absorb the curb itself, and then it hopefully doesn't bounce off the curb too abruptly. So I think the McLaren seems to be a car, very fortunate for both Lando and Oscar, that seems to work at every single track that it goes to. So I think there's going to be a lot of setup work that hopefully is going to prove beneficial when it comes down to qualifying. But, and there's always going to be a but with Formula One, of course, they're up against Max Verstappen, who we know in qualifying has done some absolutely wow laps this year. And I expect that to happen once again in Imola.
It has been a strange season, Johnny, hasn't it? With driver changes being made so early. Liam Lawson's demoted by Red Bull after just 2 races. What have you made of it?
Well, it's something that's happened. It's not the first time it's happened. I've been on the receiving end of it in my very first season in 1989. Strange enough, with a guy called Flavio Briatore, who moved me out of the team, and a man, Willie Pirro, came and replaced me. And of course, we've seen that with Jack, where he was given a little bit of time. Some people say maybe it wasn't quite enough, but unfortunately, especially in Formula One and sport as a whole, if you don't quite perform, you're always then going to be under pressure. And he was under pressure even before he turned the first wheel in Australia, Jack Doohan that is, because Flavio signed Colapinto, and that was always going to be the pressure of performing, because if he didn't perform, there was going to be that swap. And as we've seen, that swap has happened now. So
what do you make of what do you make of Flavio being back in charge at Alpine?
It's one of those things with everything that happened in Singapore with the crash Junior. It's a strange situation to see him back in Formula One, because he was banned from Formula One, but he's got himself back into the grid. but it's a situation where can he make Alpine get themselves into winning ways again? And this is a classic Flavio: move one driver aside, get the other one in, and that's up against Pierre Gasly. That would be the teammate for Colapinto, and it'd just be interesting to see how that will work out. But for me, it's a strange one to see Flavio back in Formula One when he was banned.
Johnny, do you think Lewis can turn it around at Ferrari?
Not this year. This year's going to be
definitely not this year.
A struggle.
Next year,
well, he's definitely not. Well, let's hope so. Again, it's not going to be an easy situation just because of the new rules that are coming next year. And are they going to be able to harness all the right components to actually make the chassis work, the aerodynamics, but also make the power unit work at the same time? And that's really going to be the challenge that Ferrari themselves have. But they need to then give Lewis the car that he's comfortable with. Can he still achieve a world championship? I still think he can, but of course you've got to have the right equipment underneath you, have the right feel with the car. We'll have to wait and see if that is something that Ferrari can deliver to himself, Lewis, but Charles as well.
The great Johnny Herbert, 3-time Grand Prix winner.
Cheers,
joining us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate that.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.